Good morning, friends. Let's have a check upon the global markets. Let's start with the US markets. Ended in the green again. S&P 500 at the record high on Wednesday again. Dow Jones closed 40 points up. Now this is led again by the kind of the transportation as well as the cyclical stocks, which are doing good because of the data coming in from the US manufacturing as well as the services sector. So it all contributed a lot. Even the kind of quarter results would be now coming in. Also coming back to the Asian market, Hang Seng and Nikkei both are trading flattish, almost about 78 points up. The Hang Seng and the Nikkei is up by 125 points. And SGX Nifty update right now is up by 15 points. The only big plus point is that China has come out with the stimulus program to the tune of $24 billion. Now this is done by the Chinese authorities because that they want to kind of the kind of activity to flow into the kind of the slowing economy that is going on in the past couple of quarters. Now this money would definitely flow into the Chinese market as well as the other Asian markets. It's more or less short-term sentimentally positive for the Asian markets. For the long term, the guide might cause a few trouble on the NPA part for the Chinese banks as such. And on the FII and the DII's kind of buying figures and selling figures, yesterday provisional figures, FII's bought again to the tune of 595 crores. And the DII's again sold 471 crores worth of stocks. Friends, the March month we saw the highest FII flows to the tune of $3.5 billion. Now this is again a record for the starting month of fiscal year where the FIIs have been constantly buying the Indian stocks over the last few months. Friends, that's all the global update. Now I'll take it forward to the Satna for the derivative updates. Thanks.
Good morning, friends. Let's have a view on derivatives. Yesterday trading session turned out to be a fabulous day for the Indian equity markets, as we have seen that Nifty touched an intraday high close to the mark of 6,800. Ahead of buying was witnessed in blue chip counters as well as in sectoral indices, followed by a good amount of FIs flow. And Nifty finally snapped the session at 6790 levels with a marginal gain of 0.50%. And yesterday's rally was on account of by building up of fresh long positions, as we have seen that 3.49 lakh shares were added in Nifty futures, and cost of carry also increased marginally by 100 basis points. On the options front, we have seen that PCR is increased from 0.94 to 0.98, which is clearly indicating that put option has added more number of shares than call option. We have seen that put option has added around 40 lakh shares in open interest, whereas call option has added around 17 lakh shares in open interest, which is clearly visible in the options activity. As we can see, writing was happening in 6,800 call option, 6,900 followed by 7,000 call option. And we have seen that good number of additions are happening in 6,700 put option, 6,600 followed by 6,500 put option. 6,700 would be act as a good support on positional basis, as this is our weekly VWAP point, and intraday support would be 6785, 6760, resistance would be 6830, as Singapore Nifty is trading above the mark of 6,800, so we may see a positive VWAP opening in markets. And there is no security in band period today. Yesterday FIs were net buyers of approximately 1,300 crores in future and option segment. Overall, bias for the market is positive, as we are trading about weekly VWAP of 6,700, and we may see buying may continue to emerge at lower levels. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Hello friends, welcome back. Now to the Sharekhan pre-market action. We'll start with the actionable ideas. Depending on the announcement in the news, long and short, identified based on the fundamental triggers, news and events. We'll have a list of stocks that will be watched and news and updates. Depending on what news would be flowing in from the company specific or the sector specific. Now the actionable ideas to start with, first we have is the in principle not bank licenses. Now yesterday RBI has gone ahead and given the bank license to Bandhan Financial Services. That is the unlisted MFI player. It's Kolkata based. And the second one is IDFC Limited. We expect some selling pressure on this NBFC stocks post bank license allotment announcement. So one can sell IDFC at the current market price of 28. Action to be taken short if it opens up in the range of 132 to 135 with a stop loss of 138.7. One trader can go short in the stock. Next is L&T CMP 1300. L&T has decided that it would kind of write off 10% of the order book of 1.7 lakh crores to the tune of 15,000 crores. Now this is done when it announces earnings for 2013-14 on the back of slow approvals. Action short L&T, stop loss 1326, target 1261, 1234 on the downside. Next is Reliance Communication. Reliance Jio Infocom, a unit of Reliance Industries, is set to announce kind of a 35 billion rupees telecom infrastructure sharing deal with RCom. Now, because Reliance Jio Infocom is owned by Mukesh Ambani, and it has won the maximum 4G bid service. Action to be taken long RCom, stop loss 127 and target 134, 137 on the upside. Watch list what we have for today with stocks with positive bias. We have M&M, CMP 1002, we have Bharti 326, India Cements and India Bulls Real Estate at 58. Stocks with negative bias, we have L&T Finance, CMP 77, LIC Housing Finance 248. Other news and updates, the Sultan of Oman is considering buying a 10% stake in Petronet LNG, proposed plan on India's east coast. So this is again a big shot in the arm for Petronet LNG, and you get a big investor in the form of Oman Sultan. Cement prices have been hiked by rupees 15 per bag recently in the western region. Major gainers Ambuja Ultratech. Also kind of facing a northern region will also see a price of rupees or 10 per 50 kg bag. So again that's positive for Sri Cement and JK Lakshmi. Institutional shareholders of MCX have closed management not to make a preferential bid offer as a means to dilute FT India's stake in the ports. MCX shareholders are not happy with the board decision, which was FTIL, which holds a 26% of the stake. They want a fair and a transparent manner of kind of bidding or exit. Government sought Election Commission approval for the residual stake sale in Hindustan Zinc. It has asked the EC whether it should kind of happen during the elections, as government holds 29.5% stake in the Hindustan Zinc, and Vedanta owner Anil Agarwal is eager and keen to buy the remaining stake of government in Hindustan Zinc. Bharti Airtel has extended a contract with IBM to manage its IT infrastructure and application service in the country for 5 years. This is a big deal in the US. It's definitely embarks on the next phase of growth, and also on the data bloom which is going to happen in the country. Bharti Airtel will be the biggest beneficiary in the telecom player. Ashok Leyland has bagged an order worth nearly 300 crores from the kind of Zimbabwe government for the supply of 670 vehicles. This again entry into a foreign market by Ashok Leyland. Hinduja Foundries raised RBI FI investment limit to 60%. We might see some kind of buying in the stock. Friends, we had initiated yesterday the pharma basket in the Alpha Delivery Ideas. To just give you a glimpse on what scripts we had initiated as Cipla. Exposure is 3% of the corpus. Then we had IPCA, again 3%. We have Torrent Pharma, 3% of the corpus. Cipla initiated at the price of 390, IPCA at 836, and Torrent Pharma at 550. Now this is a way that one can enter the stock. The first tranche 50% between this range, 388 and 393 for Cipla. In IPCA, 830 and 844 is the buying range, and Torrent Pharma 545, 555. This is the average tranche price, and if the stock goes down for some odd reason, then second tranche needs to be bought at 367, 371 for Cipla, 775, 785 for IPCA, and Torrent Pharma would be 502 and 512. Average tranche after the second tranche would be 369 for Cipla IPCA 780 and 507 for Torrent Pharma. These are the stop loss, 349.4 for Cipla. IPCA would be 739 and Torrent Pharma would be 485. On the upside we have two targets, 445 and 460 for Cipla. IPCA would be 950, 990 and Torrent Pharma would be 620 and 640 on the upside. Friends, this is all the news and updates and actionable ideas we have for today. We will follow it more in the mid-market and post-market. Thanks and have a nice trading session.